My scientific research agenda is unusual. For 30 years, I've collaborated closely with Harvard Berkeley neuroscientist and biological anthropologist Terrence Deacon on developing a fully physical explanation for the origins of selves, emergent within nothing but chemistry. How mattering emerged from matter, currencies from currents, motivation from motion, struggle for existence, effort from physical work. My academic book with Columbia University Press is Neither Ghost Nor Machine, The Emergence and Nature of Selves. But my more recent book is on the grave side of things. What's up with assholes? How to spot and stop them without becoming one. Though this may seem an unlikely pairing, there's continuity. Prior to our collaboration, Deacon spent 20 years at Harvard researching the evolution and nature of human language, a core difference between us and other critters. Parasites and predators abound in biology, but only humans become sadonarcissistic absolutists, super-duper predators, self-elevating by putting others down. Here's why. Language allows us to get abstract and conceptual, to conceive of idealizations, and to recognize how far we fall short. We humans are FOMO sapiens, trudging through a sandstorm of mojo-eroding possibilities, real and imaginary threats and missed opportunities that humans can conceive and other organisms can't. We are an exceptionally anxious species, but also through language can calm ourselves with self-idealizing delusions of grandeur. Only humans can self-idealize, becoming legends in our own minds. Our ultimate idealization is God, eternally right, omniscient, righteous, omnificent, and mighty, omnipotent. Religious or not, people can play God or God's ally, humbling themselves before an idealized lord or demagogue to lord it over other people, in the name of any cause, including simply cause I said so. It's much easier to play God than be human if one can get away with it. My coaching practice trains in ethical yet underappreciated strategies for keeping people from getting away with it. Humbly humbling people who will say or do anything to avoid human humility. My research and coaching is nonpartisan. See, people tend to get distracted by the lifestyle brands of different absolutist factions. These lifestyle brands are not the issue. They're local ornamentation for the generic absolutist lifestyle. The human temptation to strut like we've seen the light and solve reality and are therefore duty-bound to straighten anybody out who disagrees with us. I do not like the term asshole. I use it only once in my book, not just because it's vulgar, but because it's vague and can't be used with children. It's our civic duty to prevent children from falling into the God-playing temptation. The vagueness is also a problem with the clinical terms, often spit in anger from a position of clinical authority. Psychopath means ill soul. And it's funny, the one thing you can't get a narcissist to do is take a good look at themselves. They seem self-absorbed to us, but that isn't necessarily what's going on with them. My work is on explaining, not merely categorizing and diagnosing them based on our impression. I land on the term Trump bot, not named after our former president, though he is one, and again, not because of his lifestyle brand and its opposed ideals. The term Trump has two literal definitions. Fake, as in trumped up, or trompe l'oeil, optical illusions in painting, and it means beats all. A Trump bot robotically plays wild card trump cards, thus granting themselves what any organism would want: absolute freedom and safety. A Trump bot pretends they can do anything and that whatever they do is above criticism. Who wouldn't want that? As life gets more difficult, people tend to gravitate towards Trump-botting, reaching up with one hand to grab whatever imaginary self-idealization entitles them to reach down with the other hand to grab whatever they want. In today's tough times, we are at risk of a Trump-bot epidemic, cults and countercults claiming godlike authority. Absolute originally meant dissolved away from, as in absolute zero, a temperature which can't be reached because absolute insulation is impossible. Well, absolutists act as if they're insulated against all threats to their authority, which is impossible. Reality ultimately beats all absolutists, though not necessarily before they've done an enormous amount of damage. If you're struggling against such impossible people at home, work, or anywhere, get in touch. I've got ethical, practical, effective, yet commonly overlooked strategies for humbly humbling these impossible God players. While we face many grave world crises, the gravest is the rise of pseudo-narcissistic absolutism, Trump-botting. We can't begin to solve our other grave problems if such people are running things. Likewise, you can't do your best if you've got them undermining you. I can help.